Heads up, the brief spoilers for One Piece, Chapter 1157, are in. Looks like we're getting the Rocks pirates suspecting a mole, the true treasure of Hachinosu being Shaki's bar, and the 5 elders delivering a shocking ultimatum to Elbaf. Stick with me to break down what these leaks mean before the full chapter drops. The chaos is coming, but before we dive back into the firestorm of the past, Oda gives us a moment of quiet reflection. The chapter opens with a cover story that is both beautiful and solemn. We see Yamato standing before the grave of a fallen hero, one of the brave souls who gave their life in the fight to liberate Wano from Kaido's tyranny. Yamato is paying their respects, a quiet requiem that serves as a perfect, poignant contrast to the absolute bedlam we are about to witness. It's a calm breath before the plunge, and what a plunge it is. The narrator throws us headfirst into the belly of the beast, describing the Rocks pirates not as a crew, but as a ticking time bomb. They are a literal powder keg of backstabbing, an unholy alliance where every single member was just waiting for the perfect moment to betray everyone else for personal glory. Despite this constant internal warfare, they were an unstoppable force of nature, cutting a swath of destruction and committing countless atrocities across the seas. But their notoriety came with a price. Rocks Xebec, the mastermind himself, begins to suspect something is deeply wrong. The Marines are too good at tracking their movements, too aware of their plans. He becomes convinced there is a rat, a mole, buried deep within his own ranks, feeding critical intelligence directly to the enemy. This single suspicion sets the stage for the crew's inevitable implosion. They were powerful enough to conquer the world, but far too treacherous to ever truly trust one another. The scene then cuts violently to the land of giants, Elbaf, where we find King Harald locked in a tense standoff. He stands between agents of the world government and an individual from one of Elbaf's allied nations. With a single, decisive act of righteous defiance, King Harald saves this person from the government's clutches. But in doing so, he detonates a diplomatic bomb, shattering the fragile relationship he had been trying to build with the powers that be. His righteousness has just put his entire kingdom on a collision course with the world's greatest authority. Meanwhile, at Marine headquarters, a much younger but no less passionate Monkey D. Garp is making a case to Fleet Admiral Kong. His argument is pure military pragmatism. The Marines need more power, and recruiting the giants of Elbaf is the most logical way to get it. Kong, however, is bound by red tape. He flatly denies the request, explaining that such a decision is completely out of his hands. He has no authority. Only the world government itself, the Celestial Dragons, can approve such a radical change to the Navy's composition. It's a classic example of the institutional paralysis that has always plagued the Marines, where practical needs on the ground are suffocated by the political whims of the gods in Merry Geoise. Frustrated, Garp and Kong then shift their focus to the one problem they can agree on, the escalating, unstoppable menace of the Rocks pirates. Back on Elbaf, Rocks D. Xebec is nothing if not persistent. After being rebuffed before, he stalks back into the giant kingdom for a face-to-face meeting with King Harald. He finds the king at Ida's bar, and once again he lays out his tempting offer, trying to pull the giant king into his orbit of chaos and conquest. But they are not alone. Lurking in the shadows, coiled and ready to strike, Prince Loki is secretly spying on their entire conversation. Yet, even with the immense pressure from the world's most feared pirate, King Harald stands firm. He holds the line, staring down Xebec's ambition and once again shutting down the offer completely. And then, the entire turn of the chapter shifts from political steel to pure, unadulterated legend. We cut to the pirate island of Hachinosu, the lawless heart of the New World. A ship arrives, and off steps Shakuyaku, the future Shaki, having just quit the Kuja pirates. With a simple, declarative act, she hangs up her old Jolly Roger and establishes a bar on the single most dangerous island on the planet. Instantly, the entire center of gravity on Hachinosu shifts. Her presence becomes the new legend. We get a scene that is both hilarious and terrifying, as the world's most infamous killers, Rocks, a young Whitebeard, Shiki, Captain John, and even a character named Kyo, are reduced to lovesick fools. Their eyes turn to hearts, literally popping from their chests at the mere sight of her. Shaki's bar becomes so iconic, so legendary, that it ceases to be just a bar. The story goes that it becomes the TRU treasure of Hachinosu, and that the line to get a drink stretched for a month-long wait. This single detail recontextualizes everything we thought we knew about the God Valley incident. The treasure. The celestial dragons supposedly stole from Hachinosu. The act that Garp said they brought upon themselves? It might not have been gold or devil fruits, it might have been her. Abducting a woman so revered by every single titan of that era would be the one thing that could unite them all in a wave of vengeful fury, forcing the Marines to intervene. The chapter then snaps back to the highest echelons of power, delivering its brutal climax. From their sacred halls in Mary Geoise, the 5 elders send a direct message to King Harald of Elbaf. They dangle the one thing he has been fighting for, political salvation. They offer to, finally, allow Elbaf to officially align with the world government to bring the giants into the fold. But this offer is a dagger wrapped in a treaty. It comes with one non-negotiable condition. King Harald must assassinate Rox D. Xebec. It is a bribe, a leash, and a horrifying litmus test all at once. The world government is weaponizing Harald's loyalty to his people against his own moral code, forcing him into an impossible choice that will undoubtedly shake the entire world to its core, no matter which path he chooses. Yo, hold up. If this spoiler breakdown is getting you hyped for the full chapter, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss our full summary. Drop a like too, it helps a ton. Now, let's get back to the leaks. And that's the gist of the early spoilers for chapter 1157. Insane stuff. If you're as hyped as I am, smash that like button and comment your theories below. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you get the full summary video the second it drops. See you then.